Hello, I'm Dr. Thomas Maples, and welcome back to A Sacred Journey. In today's episode, we are going to explore words of wisdom from St. Francis de Sales. And we're going to link those words of wisdom into our capacity to take power over our present moment so we could build a happier life for the future. So let us begin. St. Francis de Sales once said, "While I'm busy with little things, I am not required to do greater things." He also said, "Be who you are, and be that well." Now, in the first quote, we could see how all of us may become extremely busy with the little things in life, which may distract us from taking on or even beginning those larger things in life that really can create the capacity for our dreams to come true. This creates a wandering mind, if you will. In fact, the wandering mind is the lack of focus. And so let us first begin to explore this construct of the wandering mind and how we can create an ability to focus, adapt within the wandering meanderings of the mind, and be present to this moment. Let me ask you, how much hype are you exposed to every day? Isn't there so much noise that seems to surround us in the present moment? What has always interested me as a psychotherapist is the pop psychology culture that surrounds what seems to be a universal approach to ideals that will lead us to understand what or who we should be. However, this is a highly individual phenomenon. What do I want to become? What's the meaning of life? These are all questions of an ontological nature that creates the essence of our dreams, creates the underlying goals we may wish to aspire towards. Yet those dreams and goals are going to be highly reliant on the systems that you create in the moment to put those goals into place, to achieve those goals, if you will. And begin to take it apart and see if you put the systems into place to create that goal into a reality. Now, a lot of times when we dream dreams, we may get stuck in the construct of being enticed by the dream, the romanticism by the dream, the excitement behind the dream. But when we begin to put in the work needed to create that dream into reality, that idealistic or altruistic picture begins to become real, not in a physical sense, but real in the aspect of the work that is needed to create it into becoming reality. This is a philosophical quandary in how really our mind can create these moments of excitement as a means to energize or to inspire the body into action, yet it's the body that must be put into action that creates the means by which that dream can become real or held in the hand. That's the meaning behind the old adage, "A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush." That which you have right now you could eat from, versus that which is still in the bush you still have to work to obtain. Now, it seems in today's culture that the focus or attention span of the individual is lengthened to the short nature of a reel or a 30-second, if you will, bleep of some aspect of reality that may hold the focus until the next blip of 30 seconds to a minute comes into place. Now, this is not a good perspective psychologically, if you will, because in order to sustain success in any form, you have to have the capacity to engage something from the long-term perspective. Focus has to be amplified, if you will, from a 30-second, minute-long burst or a 40-yard dash, if you will, into maybe an hour to 2 hour span, where even with small breaks, you could begin to really sustain that attention towards a productive means. This is not a 40-yard dash, it is a marathon in essence. Even when you begin to work, you have breaks every 2 hours as a means to re-engage the attention, let it shift, let it focus into something more calming or peaceful so that it could then be redirected back into the task at hand. Now, the wandering mind will have us begin to dream dreams forward, whether it be that vacation you want to take or those waking nightmares of sitting in a meeting room and dwelling upon, let's say, am I going to be doing this for the next 20 to 30 years? Both elements of dreaming, whether positive or negative, are just meanderings of the mind that open up worlds of possibility. However, those worlds of possibility do have the ability to become real when we put the work in to create their capacity. Now let us take a look at how we can focus, adapt, and be present to our moment. Have you ever marched to another person's drum? I have. I bet you that we all have. Yet, as I speak of this, I realize just how prevalent of a crucible that march could be. Is it detrimental? For sure. Yet, there are valuable lessons present in the torment a crucible can create. That is where the daimon of character emerges. That is a space from where one's psychological ash that burns is the same place where one's glowing ember can expose itself to create the heat or the passion and the pressure, the stress that is needed for inner strength of character to emerge. Notice it's the same process that may turn a lump of coal into a diamond: pressure, heat, passion, stress. From that perspective of strength, one can focus on and cultivate moments of presence to be who one is and be that well. This reminds me of a piece of stained glass artwork I see in the cathedral that I attend. And in the stained glass, there is a quote from the Bible that says, "Suffer ye children to come unto me." This saying has always confounded me. Why should there be suffering? Yet, when I look at the nature of a soul's beauty, I cannot help but think, is there any other state? We see this construct at the center of both Christianity and Buddhism. There must be some prevalence in this plot line for it to be universal in this manner. Let me ask you, have you ever read a story or seen a movie with a weak or non-existent plot? Was it good? So it must be up to us, the individual, to make our own storyline and create that sense of homeostasis that could help us end our suffering. I wonder if that is what the story of life entails. Now, psychologically, two opposing drives always drive individuated development. These drive states are libidinal, or life in nature, and Thanos, the death drive. Life and death are always two opposing opposites present in our life. The moment that just was is no longer present. How did you spend it? Can you get it back? Yet, that moment is a precursor to the next moments that, if when directed, can create something of true beauty in your life. When looking at time from this perspective, I wonder how will I direct those moments, and to what end of the spectrum will I channel my energy to create movement towards being who I am and being that well. I understand that one cannot grow in apathy. It takes grit and hard work to ignite the light of life. While it may be easy to get lost in the specifics of a task, the obsessive nature, let's say, we must tread lightly in this path because it's always important to maintain sight of the larger picture present that we're moving towards. Light is present, it surrounds us, but so is the dark. What path should we take? They are both present at every moment. Which one seems more alluring? Do you want to march to another person's drumbeat? Do you want to get lost in undertaking little things at the expense of never honoring those more significant dreams that may call upon you? I choose not to do so. Even if one decides to march in that direction, one can find solace in their ability to direct that plight to find personal meaning so that one may find oneself to be and be that well. There is no way towards perfection but through our trials and tribulations. Yet as we age, we have the capacity to return to the curiosity so easily seen behind a child's eyes. I suspect that when we return to that naturally inquisitive state, we will see a renewed passion for life, prompting us to engage in new ways to navigate its course. How can we focus, adapt, and cultivate the here and now to be present and truly move towards our dreams? Let us work on developing that state of mind, that state of mindfulness, if you will, that helps us to prolong attention, our ability to focus, let's say from 10 seconds to 15. That's a 50% increase. And let's move it to 30. It's 100. As we learn to maybe navigate our attention span from that 30-second to a minute to 15 minutes to 30 minutes and then giving us a break, maybe that helps to create the means from which we could truly engage in a productive manner our attention cycle towards its ultimate aim, which is the capacity to envision and realize a dream we set forth. I want to thank you for joining me here today, and I'm really honored that you continue to come to this blog. If you have questions, please write me at any of my social media venues. I look forward to hearing from you. And as always, my friends, may blessings find you on your journey as you envision, chart a course, and advance confidently in the direction of your dreams. Goodbye for now, and thank you for joining me.